What's up guys, Justin here with TheSketchUpEssentials.com. So in today's video, we're going to talk about a tool that I talked about in one of my live calls with my students in my course earlier this week that allows you to basically take a complex shape or a complex face and use it to cut multiple objects inside of SketchUp. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. All right, so what I've got the end of a house like this one, and what I want to do is I want to generate some board and batten siding in here. And so I'm modeling this out to be something that we can render, so I don't just want to apply a texture in here, right? I don't just want to apply like a siding material or something like that. I actually want these to be three-dimensional. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to model these out like this. So say they're going to be 2 inches wide. So I'm going to draw a line 1 inch this way, 1/4 of an inch out, 2 inches this way, like this. And those dimensions may not be exactly right, but it'll work for what we're doing right here. So what I want is I want these battens to run all the way along this surface right here. And so what I could do is I could come in here and just model this out manually, right? So I could just take the whole thing, copy it up like this, and then just model around all the different surfaces. So you definitely could do that, but it gets really time consuming, right? Because I would have to come around here and start tracing things out and then push-pulling faces in order to get rid of stuff. I mean, it's just a lot of time could be spent doing that, but you could definitely model it out that way. However, there's a faster way with an extension from Curic. And honestly, when this extension came out, I don't think it got nearly enough credit for what it can do. But basically what it does is it uses a shape to cut objects in SketchUp. It's called Curic Face Knife. And you can download it for free by entering a value of 0. If you do think this is helpful, I do recommend donating in order to help support him so he keeps creating this cool stuff for SketchUp. But you can put a value of 0 in here or whatever price you want right here. But when you download this and install it, what you can do is you can use it in order to cut objects using faces in SketchUp. So what I want to do is let's go ahead and let's take our batten piece right here, and we're just going to push pull it all the way up. So I'm going to push pull it all the way up. Then I'm going to take the whole thing. I'm going to use the move tool in copy mode. I'm going to create copies of this and say this is going to be every 12 inches. We'll type in times 10 or times 11, something like that. Then we'll do the same thing the other way. So I'm just going to take this whole thing and create copies right here. So now what I've got is I've got all my batten pieces in here, and they're going to extend beyond the surface right here. Well, now we're going to use Curic Face Knife in order to cut them. So the way that's going to work is we want to start by putting our objects in a group. So we're going to take all of these and put them in a group. I'm just going to do a right click and click make group. And then we're going to select them. And we're going to click on the option for trim objects by face. And so it's going to ask me to pick a face to trim the objects. And in this case, right, I can just select this face right here. Well, notice what that's going to do is that's going to create kind of a box out here that fully encompasses my battens right here. So basically what it's going to do is it's going to use this face in both directions to trim anything that isn't in this location, right? So now what I can do is I can hit the enter key right here, and it's going to trim all of my objects using this face. So notice how now these follow along the slope of the roof right here, and it did this without me having to go in here and model all those out manually. So this is a really fast way to add things like details to faces inside of SketchUp. All right, so I will link to Curic Face Knife in the comments down below so you can download it and give it a try. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this extension. If you're using it, I just love having that conversation with you guys. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.